Hey everyone, Nick from Mossy Creek with this week's fly fishing forecast. Today is Monday, February 6th. It feels a little bit like I'm doing a fishing forecast for like March or April. Awesome spring weather here in the valley this week, maybe even next week, looking at the 10-day. But if you look at the rest of this week, we're looking at pretty warm days, highs in the mid 50s, some days even into the 60s. Low chances of rain, looks like maybe some rain Thursday or Friday, but not a whole lot that's going to really affect anything, and even some pretty warm evenings. So some of the nights we're looking at lows in like the mid to upper 40s. That's going to have a big effect on the water temps of some of our bigger rivers and streams and stuff. So looking like a great week to get out. Take advantage if you can. We've had great reports up in the mountain streams, Shenandoah National Park, back in National Forest, even back over in West Virginia. Everything's in really good shape. We got good water flows. With this warm up, those opportunistic brookies sometimes will be willing to come up and eat some dry flies. So, you know, it might be a good weekend to go out and throw a dry dropper. Something just kind of general attractor pattern like a Parachute Adams, a Parawolf, Royal Wolf, something like that with a deep nymph dropped off of it could be effective. If you're having no luck with brookies looking at the dry fly, don't be afraid to go back down to like an indicator or something and make sure that fly is getting really deep. But in general, a lot of those streams are looking to be in great shape. Spring creek fishing should be awesome as well. The state has stocked a few of our streams around, like had good reports from Spring Run. A lot of the lakes, Elkhorn Lake got stocked this past weekend. And so a lot of that stuff should be in really good shape. We've got some blanket overcast days, so should be a great day to go throw streamers on Mossy or Beaver or some of those streams. Look for maybe some blueing olive hatches in the evenings. Those really blanket overcast days can be good for that. One thing I've kind of been talking to some people this week as far as fishing Mossy goes, looks like we've had a lot of new anglers in the area, people fishing these streams for the first time. One small tip I'd add to this week's forecast is if you're fishing a lot of our spring creeks, I think a lot of people streamer fish way too slow and they nymph fish way too fast. So when you're out there, cover some water with your streamers, especially those overcast days. Don't be afraid to like really cover some ground and go find that one big fish that's just willing to eat. A lot of times covering ground is what it takes to find those couple super active fish. And then with nymph fishing, Mossy Creek, even Beaver, a lot of our streams, that nymphing is really technical. If you make 4 or 5 casts through a hole, there's a very good chance you didn't even get the right drift or get it in the right spot. Don't be afraid to take your time, really work on your drift, mend it a couple different ways, change your depth, change your fly, really slow down and take your time. It can be really effective. So a little tip there. A lot of streams in West Virginia got stocked too. So, North Fork, South Branch, Dry Run, Dry Fork, a couple of those streams over there are in great shape too. So like I said, great weather. Take advantage of this window, especially for February. It's kind of above average of what we would expect. And so take advantage of that. With those warm-ups that I talked about, kind of the warmer evenings should play kind of to our favor with some of the bass and the muskie fishing. Bumping those water temps up a little bit should make those fish a little bit more active. So if you got a chance, that's not a bad option either. We've got the show coming this weekend. We'll be at the Rapidan TU show. We'll have more info coming in the email today with that as well. So make sure you look over that. We're bringing the shop. We'll have a lot of gear up that way. So if you live that way and want to stop by, we'll have not only a lot of the essentials, tippet, leader, that type of thing, but we're going to have some new rods, some new reels, a lot of the new stuff for you to check out. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. As always, give us a call if you have any questions, call or email. We're always happy to help, and we'll see you next week.